everybody, Asian action actor here, and today I am reviewing Hamilton, the movie version of the Broadway musical starring the 2016 cast that is currently showing on Disney+.
This is Hamilton.
Oh my god, guys. This musical is amazing. Being a theater actor and theater fan myself, I don't know, I fell in love with this movie / recording of a live musical production immediately within like the first few minutes. It was very obvious from my initial impressions of the beginnings of this movie that I was in for a tremendous ride. This movie is long. It is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. So please expect that if you want to try it out and have no idea what you're getting into. But every second of this 2 hour, 40-minute affair is super well worth it. It is an amazing musical, and I am super glad that I got to see it. Now, I've been hearing about Hamilton since it first started back in like 2015, of course. The amazing songs have been circulating all across the internet ever since then. And I have heard a bit of it here and there, but I've never really chose to really sit down and listen to them. Choosing, of course, to wait to eventually see the actual musical for myself. And I'm so glad I did, because hearing the songs pretty much for the very first time performed by one of the original casts was mind-blowing, to say the least. It's just simply amazing how well the format of the musical works so well in its context. So it's a retelling of the life of Alexander Hamilton, one of the United States founding fathers. So it's an historical tale, but it's just odd how well it works with all of the modern song and dance numbers, especially the songs that are worked into the performances, with debates being performed as rap battles and modern R&B music to relate characters' feelings and the flow of the story. It's just weird how well all of this works so well and so seamlessly. The dance routines and the overall stage choreography are also very fluid and extremely entertaining to watch, especially because they use a rotating stage. So while the characters, the actors, are moving on stage, the stage moves with them to create more of a dynamic feel and a better sense of a flow of time for the audience. And it's used very frequently. This sort of technique is used very frequently throughout the entire musical. And it's amazing to behold the entire time. It never gets old and is interestingly, seemingly fresh all the time when you see it. Like whenever you see it, it always surprises you, despite the fact that it may have been like the fourth or fifth time you see a sort of choreography done in this rotating stage. It's just done so well and so uniquely every time that it's always fresh and you're never tired of it. Now, the pacing of this musical is just wonderful. I never once got bored throughout the 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I also never got exhausted as an audience member because of way too many high-octane and high-energy song and dance numbers continuously, you know? And the storytelling is so efficient in song form. It's just mind-boggling how much story is told through each of the songs in succession, how well the plotting of the story is in song form. And thus it carries its actually incredibly long 2 hour and 40-minute runtime very well. And it being so long, I can really appreciate the effort of the cast. Not only are they acting, but they're also dancing and singing throughout much of the 2 hours and 40 minutes, especially for a lot of the main cast members like Lin-Manuel Miranda as Alexander Hamilton and Leslie Odom Jr. as Aaron Burr, where they're constantly on stage and doing different sorts of songs and dance numbers and choreography. And they're just there throughout much of the 2 hours and 40 minutes. And As a theater actor myself, I can totally appreciate this effort because what they are doing is it's not easy. It's already hard to act very effectively on stage, but to act and sing and dance for that length of time is just wow, those are some amazing performances, guys. All of the performances are appropriately fan-freaking-tastic. They're pretty perfect. Lin-Manuel Miranda, in the lead role of Alexander Hamilton, is by far not the best singer and dancer in the cast. However, it is pretty extraordinary to see him perform the musical that he originated himself. He's the one that came up with the whole concept. He's the one that wrote the songs. And it's just a wonder to see him perform the thing that he created. The story is also incredibly entertaining because of the fact that it is well balanced with excitement, with drama, with tearjerkers, and surprisingly, a good amount of comedy. One of my favorite characters actually is a very comical rendition of England's King George III, played by Jonathan Groff, and he is incredibly funny in the role, man. His songs and his mannerisms and everything about the character is great, and it just puts a smile on my face every time the character does anything during the musical. Now, the only real flaw or detriment in this movie is that it is just a recording of a live production of the musical by the 2016 cast, and thus it's pretty much meant to be seen in the theater live. This sort of recording of it is a very good reference of the production and the performances of that time, but it's not perfect because it was not made specifically for video and the movie format. And so a lot of the viewers who are not used to watching theatrical productions may be put off by this fact and may expect a more movie-like quality to it that this movie version of Hamilton simply does not have. Of course, for me, as a theater actor and fan myself, this is an extremely minor flaw and it did not bother me at any point. But I do have to point it out. And so because of that, if I was just grading Hamilton the musical, I would easily give it a 10 out of 10. But because we're talking about this version of Hamilton, the 2020 movie version, based on a recording of the 2016 casts, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's almost perfect. This has been Asian Action Actor. And if you like my review of Hamilton, please click like down below and subscribe to see more of my awesome content. And I will see you next time.